Hello.
Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
What was the biggest difference between the first and second quarter?
I mean, it seemed like in the first quarter we were kind of getting easier looks at the basket, and then really from the second quarter on, there was no wide open really anything. I don't know. I felt like in the third, the start of the third, like we had good looks. Literally, the ball was not going in the basket. But that's what they're going to bring. Phoenix is a great team, and there's a level of physicality that comes with them, and making sure that we can handle that better come Friday.
Stewart, what were you seeing out there? Sorry, what were you seeing out there that you felt you were able to do the way you normally do? And what were the things that you felt like you were struggling to reach?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it probably became more of like a mental barrier than a physical one. I mean, obviously, I know everyone knows what I'm dealing with, but the good about today was I was able to test it. I was able to see how I felt, and really, I look forward to Friday of really letting loose. I think that you could tell that they wanted to run the high ball screen on me and really see how that went, and it worked with them today. But we'll be ready for it on Friday.
Breanna, two-part question here. First of all, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
And Emma said in a quiet locker room, you kind of spoke up a little bit. What was your message to the team in the aftermath of a game like that?
I mean, the message is everybody keep our heads up. This is a series, and Phoenix is a tough team. They came in and they embarrassed us on our home court, and now we have to go back there for game 3, winner take all. And if we're not ready for that, then we shouldn't be here.
You guys have really struggled with physicality this season, and you matched or even out physical them in game 1, but today they definitely were the aggressors. I guess, why do you think that was tonight?
I mean, it probably was. Like, I'll take that. I think that I want to make sure that I'm more up and in, and I just wasn't where I wanted to be today, and I have 48 hours to figure it out.
How hard is that? Like, you're a competitor.
Yeah.
Like, what you're capable of. I mean, to deal with. I mean, obviously you're injured too. Like, how difficult is it to know that you maybe let yourself down a little?
I mean, it's annoying, but I think things happen. Things are happening. Everybody's tired. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's got something bothering them, and playing through that. And really, I wanted to be here for my team, and I didn't play the way that I wanted to, but I'm excited for another chance. Our backs are against the wall just as theirs is, so everybody's gonna leave it out on the line.
Annie?
I was like, where's
Doug?
Doug?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know you're not paying attention much to the other series.
Yeah.
3 of them going to game 3.
Yeah.
Who knows how the other one. You play all these teams all year. Do you see this like how balanced this league is that came out last week of the season? Where in the playoffs, and now you have teams going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see how competitive, how balanced this is, how important it is for these kind of series. To be going back and forth, and it's kind of crazy. 3 out of 4 teams right now are going to a game 3, but hopefully for the fans and those people watching, they just get to enjoy it more. They get to see basketball more often. Sucks with the quick turnaround. I think that's a tough thing as always, but I don't know. You see how competitive this league is.
Talking about those turnarounds, what is the preparation like between now and Friday?
Yeah.
What do you actually have to do to get your body right?
Yeah.
Like take us through these next.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the most important thing is like sleep.
Yeah.
Because that's where your body is like recovering as well as possible. And then we do stuff here tonight. A lot of us will probably be here until midnight, and then tomorrow we'll fly out. We'll get to Phoenix, do more probably maybe film and recovery, and get ready to go on Friday. Like it's the same thing. There's no excuses. You have to deal with it, and Phoenix is traveling too, so we'll both be kind of level on that playing field.
Stewart, you mentioned a couple of times in 10 that you wanted to test your knees, and you did that. How is it feeling?
It's feeling pretty good. Obviously, I think it's gonna be a little bit sore probably as the night goes on, but I was happy with the way that I was able to kind of really just move, and really I just need to be a little bit more confident in all of my things, but I wasn't like in pain or anything like that.
So
had some success in the first quarter as a team, swinging the ball far sides, some skip passes. With the aggressiveness that you were seeing from that defense, is it that 0.5 mentality, or how do you respond to that physicality and use some of that aggressiveness against them?
Yeah, I mean, I think making sure the ball doesn't stick, like you said, the 0.5 mentality. I think that probably in the first quarter we had the most like skip passes or getting it out, making decisions quickly. Because when the defense is when they're physical or when they're stuck to you, like if you move the ball, it's hard to kind of get off and help somebody else. So really getting back to that. But I'm confident in this team and know that we know we let one slip away. We wasted an opportunity, but excited for the one we have Friday.
Looking forward to game 3. What is it you guys need to do to be successful?
I mean, we need to focus on the defensive end, really set the tone, physicality, knowing that they're going to bring it defensively, but turnovers. I think they had 20 points off of our turnovers, and that's a really tough number because they were live ball. It's not like the ball's going out of bounds and we're resetting every single time. First half, we're giving them like tons of transition points.
In terms of Sandy's mentality, always being even killed, never being too high, never being too low. It's your thought process of how she's staying the right mental approach for you all heading into this game 3 now.
Yeah, I mean Sandy's staying confident like the rest of us. Most of us have been in this situation before. We've kind of been through it. We missed one today, but that doesn't mean it's going to affect what we're going to do tomorrow or even later tonight. We regroup, we learn, and we get back to it.
Stewie, there was talk even in game 1 about the pace from both teams, and it was a much slower game because of the physicality, but it seemed like, okay, Phoenix was physical, but they were also getting out in transition. It seemed like you all just couldn't get out in transition. Why do you think that was?
Because we were taking the ball out of the net. That's really the toughest thing. We weren't able, because we weren't disrupting as much defensively, we weren't getting as many steals or hands in passing lanes where we could get out in transition. And that's why setting that kind of tone early is so important.
Do you think there's anything unique about the way Phoenix helps in the gaps off the ball on drives, or do you think they just play well on defense?
No, absolutely. I mean, their weak side is super on the nail, like definitely over and in. They want to make you kind of play to the second side and the third side, and they scramble out really well. So, they want you to play 2-on-2 and take a tough shot.
Stewie, this has not been a team that has gotten to play fully healthy in the way that you guys imagined that you would look, especially post-signing Emma all year. I mean, you had about a week of it. Has there been enough time for you guys to find the level you need to reach to win a WNBA championship?
Absolutely. I think that, we're taking this as there's no excuses. Whether we've had the time or we haven't, we still have the talent and we have the people that are willing to do it. And that's our mindset.
Stewie, you said earlier that you were embarrassed on your home court.
Yeah.
As a team leader, how do you help your teammates sort of recover from that? As they head into a decisive game.
Next play, next mentality. We know that our fans are with us through the ups and the downs. And while this wasn't as an exciting game as we would have wanted to be here in Barclays, they're going to be sticking with us. And really, it's forget about it. Learn, grow, keep it going. This is the WNBA, and this is how talented teams are. When you have miscues and you mess up, people are going to take advantage of it.
Stewie, Breanna was asked about how potentially this could have been or could be the last game at Barclays this season. I guess, what are your thoughts on that? And, the fact that the fans, possibly their last taste of Liberty basketball was this blowout. I guess, what's your message to them?
My message is, we always appreciate the fans, and our goal is getting back home. We want to make sure that we go there and we continue our season so that we can come back and play in front of our fans.
Breanna, there was some semblance of Liberty basketball in the first quarter tonight. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, this is fine. Stewie, with closeout games, sometimes being less about X's and O's and more about who wants it more.
Yeah.
In your opinion, what does this team need to do on Friday just to show to pull out this win?
I mean, like you said, it's the hustle plays, the 50-50 balls, the rebounding, the turnovers. Like, sometimes the things that don't show up on the stat sheets are going to be the difference in the deciding factor in a game, and making sure that we come and we have that mentality where it's like we're willing to do whatever it takes to get this win, and we are.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.